tell y'all a story on why y'all should never date your girl best friend. So right, y'all, this one day I was outside with my female best friend, and we was gonna go back to her crib and play the game like we always do. So while we was playing the game, I was looking at her, and y'all, she looked good as hell, good as hell. So randomly, she decided she wanted to stop playing. So I said, why? So she looked at me and said, you want me to be honest? She said, you look good as hell right now. And hey, I was never the type to do something with a female best friend, but that day, I was considering it. So I told her she looked good too. And y'all, while we're saying this, we're like close as hell to each other. So a nigga like me, I went in for that kiss. So when I kissed her, we started kissing for like 2 minutes straight. And not gonna lie, I decided to take a little leap. I looked at her and said, I say fuck it. And she knew exactly what I meant. So a couple minutes later, I start crushing my girl best friend. And keep in mind, while I was doing all of this shit, she had a nigga. So after we crushed for like 30 minutes, right, we chilled and we had a fantastic time together. So y'all, a couple days after, not gonna lie, I caught feelings. And I didn't give a fuck about her boyfriend. So I straight up called her this one day and I asked her out. And guess what? She said yes. So y'all, I ended up getting her location. She started sending me good morning texts. We started sleeping on the phone. It was a fantastic time for about 3 weeks. So y'all, this one day, while I was sleeping on the phone with her, while I was asleep, I ended up waking up. And I saw she wasn't on the phone no more. So I looked at her location, right? But it said she was at her house. So I was like, okay, she's not going nowhere. So I called her once, called her twice, called her 3 times, and she ended up declining my calls. So I said, why are you declining my shit? And she texted me back saying, I don't know if we should be dating because we used to be best friends. It should just stay like that. I was like, damn. Like, that was the best 3 weeks of my life. So I was too sad to even reply to that text. So I ended up going through her TikTok reposts, because that tells you everything. So she didn't follow me on TikTok, but I knew what it was. So I looked at the reposts, and she kept reposting about how she misses her ex. And I've been through this before. So then for like the next 3 days, I kept stalking her accounts, because I was really hurt. So this one time, I'm back on her TikTok, and while I'm scrolling, I looked at a video, and she was already making TikToks for her ex. So she broke up with me, got back together with her ex, and then said we should be best friends again. Not after you do me like that, I can't even talk to you no more. But yeah, y'all, I could not be friends with her after that, gang. I was too hurt, bro. But y'all, do not date y'all female best friends, gang. Just stay best friends.